Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, Debbie Doo.
Good morning.
And we've got a lot of fun things. We are in the most beautiful place now.
Well, I don't know if it's the most.
Way different.
We are in a beautiful place.
Way different from where we were.
We found that God just created so many different things. And you can just drive 30 miles and have a totally different look.
Absolutely.
In our country. And we met some people from Germany on the road, and they are just so overwhelmed with the beauty of our country.
Yes.
As we are. So we are now in Utah.
Yeah, and because their country doesn't have much freedom at this point right now, we hope that changes. But they don't let them, he said, go into their national parks.
No, or national forests.
National forests.
No, they try to keep their people out of there. And he said, here, you know, you can get a pass.
And you're welcome.
Get a reduced rate to go into the national forests, national park. So he said it's just quite different. And
it is.
It was really exciting to meet them and hear about it from another perspective. And we had quite a time getting up here to where we are now, right?
Wow. We just, what was it, on Compendium or something?
Yeah, we found the place, and it said go in at the first
gate.
At the Fillmore gate.
Yes.
And when we got to the Fillmore gate, it was closed. Later we found out it wasn't locked, it was just closed.
It was
and we
closed.
could have opened it and gone in there
because
they
were moving cattle out, I think.
Yeah, I think so. So we came up onto the next exit, which they said was a primitive road, and that was an understatement. Primitive road, it makes the roads at Ehrenberg last year look like, oh, they just look so good and so easy.
They're highways.
Yeah, super highways. So we went past this spot. We kept thinking there'll be an easier way to get out of here. So we followed this road around that way and went up and went down this thing. We weren't sure that the bus could go down. But we got down at the bottom, and then he got up to the top of the next one, and he said, no, we're not going to go down this one. So the road was so narrow, and there were trees and barbed wire fences next to us. So we got some scratches on the Life is a Joy artwork on the side and all that stuff, and the mirrors were just all all crazy.
Tore the mirrors all to pieces.
But, you know, it's really good when you start out on this journey to kind of have an idea of how your partner handles stressful situations. Because my husband, he does everything he can to try to prevent me from getting stressed.
Right.
So he's like, oh, this is no problem. We're going to get out of here, no problem. And so we unhooked the car. He turned the car around so I could get out, and then he backed up the bus for quite a ways and found a place where he could back her in enough to turn around. We came back this way, which was a trick. Yeah. Because there are deep ruts in the bus, and you know, and it's the worst road we've been on, let's just say that, for sure.
It actually is for like a Jeep or four-wheel drive pickup.
Definitely is.
For.
So I was in front of him, and I was further down the road, and he wasn't coming. And I was like, oh no, what happened? So I jumped out of the car and came running uphill up here to find him. And he was parked in this lovely spot and said, this is our spot.
Yeah, and there was a fire ring. We couldn't see it because the grass here is tall, but there was a fire ring there, and just hadn't been used in a couple years.
Right.
So we have just really, really enjoyed this place. Now, I will tell you a little side note. Oh, about 3-4 days ago, I got sick.
Oh, yeah, you did.
And
when we were in Evanston, Wyoming.
Yes.
We were parked at a Walmart where a lot of trucks and stuff parked.
And thank the Lord for NyQuil. So I was hacking and coughing and not feeling good and had high fever, and you know, that NyQuil helps me sleep.
You slept about 24 hours.
Yeah, yep. And then I've been recovering ever since and feel really super.
Yeah.
And then, about 3 or 4 days later, Debbie apparently got too close to me because she caught it.
I didn't get as sick as he did.
But it's been, you know what?
Yeah.
It's such a joy just to be together.
Yeah.
And to be out here in this. I've had people say, I think I just get bored. Let me tell you what. No way. Not for us. Now, you know, we think this is wonderful.
Yep.
We love it.
Yep. Now yesterday, well, the first day that we got here, we said, we won't see anybody out here. Nobody be crazy enough to drive up these roads.
And I would say that normally that is the case.
Yep. But then, you know, it's just funny that we ended up at the Grays River when they were sighting their rifles. And we ended up here. All of a sudden, you know, we see all these pickups and Jeeps going past us.
The 2 days or 3 days that they round up all their cattle.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, the first night we were here, there's a cow out here at our fire ring. So we knew there were free-range cattle out here. But then yesterday, we decided, well, we'll make a trip.
And I went out and
because it was windy. And we couldn't do anything outside. So we decided we'd go to the nearest Walmart. And which is about an hour away.
Yeah.
And we started that, and then we saw all these cowboys and all these cattle.
About 14 or 15 cowboys on horses, and I don't know, a few hundred cattle.
Yeah. Yeah, and they were driving them down from the mountains. So then we figured out why.
Ah, that's why all those pickups.
All the traffic up here.
Yeah, bringing all those horses in.
Yeah, but
bringing the cowboys in.
Yeah, but it's been quite lovely. And we went to Walmart. One of the reasons we went is because Jim's been wanting to buy me a laptop for some time, so I could answer comments for our YouTube and everything, because we have one laptop and he uses it.
Broke yours right after we got in the bus, actually.
We broke, well, it just played out. We didn't do anything to break it. It just...
Oh, actually, yeah, we did.
We did? We dropped it?
No, the bed.
The bed.
Pulled the bed out on it, and it crushed the screen.
Yeah, crushed the screen. Okay, I've forgotten about that. Well, anyway, I said I really would prefer to have a tablet because I can take pictures with it. I can take it with me easily, and it's not very big, and so...
So happy birthday.
Happy birthday to me. He got me a really nice...
October the 6th, you turned 29?
Yeah, a nice Samsung tablet yesterday, and I'm so excited. It's what I've been wanting.
And it's what she wanted, and I think she's already really enjoyed it.
I have really enjoyed it, and it's really easy to look at our YouTube stuff and to answer comments on stuff on there, which is mostly what I do.
Yeah, and we appreciate your comments. I'll tell you what, that's the payment we get. A lot of you think, oh, you must make a lot of money on that. Well, we do. Maybe $100 a month.
well,
no,
and that's
I think that was 2 months. The last one was for 2 months.
Well, that's something, that's for sure.
And we're appreciative.
And it's helpful, and we're very appreciative. And that's just for you watching. That's not for you buying anything or anything else.
If you counted the hours.
Yes, it wouldn't be much, would it?
It'd be about what I made when we got married.
Yeah,
right?
but the honest truth is, I'll say, Jim, you've got enough pictures. You don't need to take any more pictures. And he said, I'm taking these pictures because a lot of people that watch us will never get to travel to these places, and I want them to be able to see it. And that's truthfully his heart, and he loves to share those things with people, so that's what we're doing.
And we do hope you enjoy it. And we do enjoy it, and we just love your comments.
Oh, and one more thing I wanted to say is that
there are a few flies out here.
There are flies.
The cows.
Yeah. Is that a lot of you ask us different things that we do to make money, or that we've done in our life.
Right.
And by far the most lucrative thing we ever did was the Amway business.
It is.
And I know some people have a bad taste in their mouth about Amway, not the company so much,
because of some
but
jerk.
Because of some distributors that put a lot of pressure on them or something in their zeal.
Yeah.
And
but
we started in the Amway business in 1978.
Yes.
And we still have our dearest friends in the world that we've ever met. We're friends that we met through the Amway business. Yes. And they have just recently started a new deal where you can have your own personal retail website.
That's right.
And always before, We would have to contact the people ourselves and set them up as a customer and all that. But now we can just direct you. We can do it on our social media sites.
Mm-hmm.
They
and
said
we'll put
we could
the
link
information
it.
on here too.
So if you love the products, but you
don't know where to get them,
hey,
we're the spot.
We're a place you can get them. I mean, I still haven't found anything as good as their vitamins. I haven't found anything as good as their soaps and laundry detergents. Haven't found anything as good as their cosmetics. So if you find anything that you'd like to order, you can go to our website, and it really is just Amway.com/Jim Gadberry. So, but we'll put the link down below, and we love you, and there's no pressure, of course. But if
no, but hey, if you're buying it anyway, and we would really appreciate every single penny. Guess
Absolutely.
What? Diesel's a little expensive, but we don't
it's
mind.
Less than it was. It was $2.78 in Wyoming, the last place we bought it, which was less than the
gas
unleaded was.
That's right.
And yeah, when we first started out, we were paying over $3 every time. So that's, that makes a lot of difference when you're buying 70 to 100 gallons at a time.
That's right, it is. And so we love you guys, and we appreciate you. You make our trip and our journey so fun.
Yes.
And just the great comments that you give us. And so we're gonna, this video is gonna show just some of the sights and things we've seen around here. And I'm gonna turn the camera a little bit and let you look at I guess you can, probably there you can see our bus and the scenery out there. And then if we turn around this direction, let's see, we'll look at the mountains over there on the other side. You can see those mountains are gorgeous.
It's so beautiful.
It is a beautiful
place. But it's
place.
So different from Palisades Reservoir.
And
it's the same.
It is kind of golden here. Would that be the grasses here are kind of a golden color. And then you've got the contrast with these, a lot of these look like little live oaks to me. They're little oak trees. And then there's some cedar, so you get all the different colors of green. And right now, as we were driving through the mountains, there are reds, right?
Yes, little patches of bright red or bright yellow. That were so beautiful, and Jim was, take a picture, take a picture.
That's what I'm always saying.
That's what he's always saying, you betcha.
So thanks for watching. Enjoy this one. We enjoyed it. Keep you from thinking about it too all the time.
Oh no. So, watch out, baby.
Water will be pouring out because of the lids on there, isn't it?
Well, it's supposed to be. I didn't check it after you. You want me to get out and look at it? If you'll stop, I will.
No, just hang on.
Okay. Wow. There's a barbed wire fence that's really close to us, and trees that are really close to us on this side. And don't always trust. A smart thing to do is to unhook your car and come check some of these areas out.
Yeah, this one was not a good one to bring the bus down.
No. Oh.
All my mirrors are all messed up.
All the mirrors are messed up now, which we will have to reset when we get out there. If we can ever find where the highway is again. This is probably the worst road we've come down in the bus, but you know, there's no way to go but just straight ahead and get out. There's been 0 turnarounds. Yeah. There were 2 campsites. I don't know if they were already campsites before the people were there, or if after the people were there they made them into campsites.
No fire rings.
No fire rings, and boy, this is a hill going down, babe. I don't know if you can do this or not. You want to stop and look at it? Before you try it, maybe you better.
I will. I'll look at it before I try it.
Because
yeah, I'm not sure about that.
I think we better back up the bus. Oh, good Lord. How are we going to get out of here?
Well, we followed what our GPS told us to do. And now we've come to a place that I think is probably the stopping place for my bus. This is going to be an area where I will definitely hit high center. So it may not look as steep to you, but it's pretty steep, and I don't think there's any way I can get across that without hitting high center. So we're going to disconnect the little car, and Joy's going to have to back up and around and make her way back down the way we came, which was pretty precarious. I'm afraid we're going to have a lot of little scratches on Joy, but just breaking her in, I guess, right? What a fun time. Life is a joy. Very narrow and very scratchy on my bus. Oh my goodness gracious. I've got scratches. Scratched my life is a joy up here. Look at that. Oh my goodness gracious. Lots of scratches. Look at my life is a joy there on the bus. And
Yep. Well,
how you doing, baby?
I'm doing okay. We're going to make it out of here. I'll feel better.
I tell you, we got ourselves in a tight spot, but we're going to get it fixed, aren't we, baby?
Yes, we are. Don't be taking pictures while you're driving out of this, because it's
okay. Well, today we went down the roughest road we've ever been down till we finally came to a place where it was impassable for us.
It was.
In fact, it would have been impassable for most Jeeps. But we backed up, got her out of there, and we did scratch up the side of our bus a little bit. But other than that, we fared really well. And now we're camped in a beautiful spot that we're pretty sure that nobody will be up here to bother us, because the road is really rough.
It's just below the really roughest part, though.
That where we're at now.
Yeah, where we are right now. So to get back down to the highway, we kept going on it because we kept thinking we're going to get to a different way out so we don't have to go back down this rough road.
Right.
But it turned out that we got to a place where we couldn't get through there.
Couldn't get through.
And so we unhooked the car, and I drove the car, and Jim drove the bus, and I didn't look. I closed my eyes when I didn't close my eyes while I was driving, but I didn't look in the rearview mirror at him because it's too scary coming over that rough road. It was really, really bad.
Could you show me that again?
Yeah. It was really bad. Really bad. And so, anyway, I got way down the road, and I had left my phone in the bus. And so all of a sudden, I didn't see anybody behind me. So I got out of the bus, and I actually ran. Yes, I did. I ran.
Uphill.
Uphill. Till I saw the bus sitting in the field. And I was like, Jim, are you okay? Well, yeah. Well, this is our spot. This is where we're going to stay.
Yeah, and it is beautiful.
Okay. And there was a fire ring here.
Yes.
So we know somebody had been here at some point.
But it had been a long time, because you can see how tall the grass is.
Yeah.
I've knocked down the grass right around the fire ring, but you can see the grass is pretty tall out here. So it's been a while since anyone's been here. But we sure have enjoyed this evening already, and we're looking forward to a great time here for the next several days or a couple weeks.
You know, we can stay here 14 days, but I'm doubtful that we'll see another soul. We did pass 2 or 3 campsites on the way up, but that was way down at the bottom.
Right by the road, yeah.
By the road. And there were no other campsites that we could see. close to them down there.
If we'd have found another campsite, we'd have stopped way back there, but we didn't.
But we didn't. Oh, man. It was bad. You got some footage of some of it, didn't you?
Maybe a little.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well.
Well, there's our bus. And we have a beautiful place up here on the mountain. You'll see that the road, this is the least rough part of the road. But it's got still got some rough spots between us and the bus. Looks like it's going to be just a little over a mile from the highway.
It's not nearly as rough as it is past
the bus is where it gets really rough.
We did do that too.
But anyway, we're all turned around and set in the right place to drive out of here. And as long as we straddle the ruts, we're in good shape. Now we've had a lot of traffic come past us, and we didn't think we would have any. And today we saw them taking all the cattle underneath the highway over to the other side to another part of the national forest.
Yeah, this is a free-range cattle area.
Right, it's free-range cattle. So I guess those 10 or 15 cars, or pickups rather, that came by were all cow hands coming up to move these cattle down in the right direction. So they've, I guess for about 3 days, they've been coming up here and in the mornings and leaving late in the afternoon. There's Joy.
And we had a cow we had a cow yesterday that was right at our fire ring.
Sure was. And it wanted to drink my water that I have
to put the fire
out if I need to. And I had to go outside and run it off. It was like, that water smells pretty good.
Yeah, well.